Hey guys, and welcome to a Fallout 4 kind of prediction thing. Now, this will contain some spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled on something, turn away now. It'll be in what you're seeing right now could be considered spoilers. These really aren't game-changing spoilers, but it kind of does spoil some of the beginning things. So, you've been noted. It'll be in the title, it'll be everywhere. Okay. So obviously you do make it into the vault, and if you don't know about this, all the vaults are not meant to actually hold people for surviving. They're all experiments. Every single one is an experiment. For instance, one had 999 men, one woman, one female, and then another one had 999 females and one male. That was, those are two different vaults. So in this one in particular, they are testing the effects of holding basically humans in these cryo chambers. So as you can see right here, in the game it says, oh, we have to clean you off. These are cryo chambers. Basically, this vault was meant to be used for 6 months. The occupants would be put into these, they'd be frozen for 6 months and then released. And then the people, the security, the overseer, the staff, the scientists, they would stay, and just basically monitor as an experiment, essentially. So, in the middle of this, you wake up. You don't know how much time has passed. You wake up and you see a scientist-looking person along with somebody that looks like a raider, or is a very stereotypical raider outfit, kind of leather, like just weird pieces. This game has really weird raider armor and kind of like customized things, a lot different than what we saw in New Vegas or in Fallout 3. So you see this scientist and you see this raider person, which you're going to see here in a minute, and again, it doesn't tell you how much time has passed. In fact, I'm not even sure why you wake up, since you're in the cryo chamber but you're not awake. So you can see here, scientist person, raider person with leather armor. They open up the cryo chamber. Now, the audio is going to be kind of low, so you can hear me, but she's asking for the baby. And then, that's your wife, by the way. It's your wife and son, who's like 1 year old. I should have mentioned that. So, she wants the baby. Your wife obviously will not give her up for no reason. And subsequently, the raider guy says, give her up or I'll shoot you, and shoots her. So, your son is taken, she is dead. They actually close the cryo chamber back up so that she doesn't even look a day older. So that is obviously the raider person. He says, we'll come back if we need another one. And then you fall back asleep, or the cryo chamber restarts again. Now, it isn't said how much time passes between then, what you just saw, and when you actually wake up. We know that it has been over 210 years since you first... So, when you first came in, it was 2078. It was 2077. So 200 years later, 22, like 80 something. It's not exact numbers, but obviously you've been in cryo chamber. You haven't aged a second, basically, since you walked in. So we don't know how much time has passed between. We know how much time has passed from the first time you're going in to getting out right now. 210 years. There's your wife. She's dead. It doesn't look a day older because she's in cryo chamber. But what I'm predicting is, when the raiders came and took the baby, between that time and now, we don't know how much time has passed. We assume it's like a day later, or like an hour later, or something like that. My prediction is that it's not a day. It's many years later. I bet it's many years later. So your son is actually grown up. More spoilers here. You look, you talk to people about trying to find your son, and obviously nobody knows anything about your son. Now, either that could be because it's many years later and he's an adult, he could be dead, or they just don't know anything about your son anyways. So my prediction is that it's many years later, and something that would be really cool is, maybe it's your son is one of the first people you actually meet, but you don't know he's your son because they haven't told you how many years has passed. That's my prediction, because that would be a very cool kind of twist in the story, because it never tells you how many days has passed between your son being stolen and then you waking up. All the people don't age in the cryo chamber, so there's no way to know. And you know that 1 minute of consciousness in the cryo chamber, you don't get any information besides what people are saying. You know, many times you don't really have anything. So that's my prediction. Hopefully, because that'd be kind of cool. Like, one of the first people you meet is your son, and you don't realize. Now, obviously, your son will not remember anything about the vault or anything. Maybe he got older, he escaped. You know, he joined the Minutemen, which is like the thing that you're a part of when you start the game. And so that is my prediction. I was thinking about this for a while, and I thought that would be a very cool thing if they did. One of the first people you meet is your son, but you guys don't know it because you think that it's been like a day, or the person who's playing. If you're playing the game, you think it's been like a day, but I bet it hasn't. It might not be that exact twist, but I'm willing to bet that it isn't just like the next day or like the next month or something. That it's years later because we simply just don't know. Or it could have even been the facility you're in was supposed to last 180 days. That scientist person looked like she was part of the facility, possibly. So maybe it was 180 days, that happened, and then now it's been 210 years later. So your son, I don't think that will be it. I don't think that they'll just be like, oh, your son's dead, been dead for 200 years. That's it. I think that your son is alive. It is slightly confirmed by like this like person who takes drugs and can like, I can feel your son's energy. He's alive, but she doesn't say baby, just your son. So I bet he's an adult now. I bet it's been many years later, and that's my prediction. I've basically been repeating all that, but I have a strong feeling that is what it is because that just seems like a really good plot twist. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't want to give anything else away. Like I said, this is spoilers, but this is like the beginning of the game, like the first hour of the game, all this happens. So this isn't like huge, like story destroying. This is like giving you the beginning of the story. Like, this is just basically intro. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys on the next video.